The Ministry of Energy's team here, represented by the officers that you will see around, they're here at the St. Michael's School, and they've been here for the last week, and they have another week up ahead, and they will share a little bit about that in a little bit. But in principle, the idea here is this. We work in an energy space that is fast evolving. The energy policy that we are operating under at this point is a 2019 policy. We have been updating and upgrading many of the components within our energy policy. We now have an updated resource and resilience plan, an updated energy transition plan, investment plan, and there are new forms of technology that are evolving all the time. So there's hydrogen, which wasn't there before. We wanted to make sure that the future of the energy sector is well represented, and that in the same way with every other discipline, whether it is finance, it is medicine, whatever it is, the future of the sector must be represented by those who will come behind us. We wanted to begin that sensitization process within our schools and among our young people. So getting the camp up and running was really just, this is the inaugural camp, so we're really excited to have gotten it off the ground. We have just 2 weeks this year that we will embed everything within, but I can tell you that my expectation is that on the basis of what has been started here, this is not where it will end. And I want to acknowledge that we have been joined by the Circle Energy. I think earlier this year, when we were working through the developments of the camp, the Circle Energy indicated that they had already done some work in some of our nation's primary schools, in particular in the area of solar. And so why reinvent the wheel when we can partner with partners who are already operating in the space? And so very readily, easily, and without hesitation, the Circle came forward, we partnered with them. They then brought along relay adventures and relay education and robot adventures. You'll get a chance to speak with them as we go ahead. But really, I think my one requirement for the camp, and GPS and the others will tell you, that I wanted it to be nerdy. I wanted the kids to be able not to have to sit down in a classroom and just hear people talking to them. I wanted it to be a see, feel, and touchy-feely, where kids can innovate and can create, and they have an opportunity to experience the thing that we're telling them about in a real and a practical way. And so when we talk about the design challenge, we then integrated the design of the solar cars. We have integrated the production of kits. We brought kits, wind, solar, and so on into the camp, and the kids are working with dedicated kits so that they can build things with their hands. And it really is an educational thrust from the Ministry of Energy, but it is also a sensitization thrust into our communities to be able to bring the generation that comes behind us as champions for the energy future that they have to be a part of. And one of the innovative ideas that came to the table, I think it was a DPS idea, what about bringing the traditional oil and gas teams into the mix? Because we're talking largely about renewables, but the historical background has been that we have derived all of our energy sources from fossils, oil and gas. And we wanted to make sure that kids understood their past, they understand their present, what the transition looks like, and they understand their future in terms of renewables. And so from start to finish, we have mapped that journey through the summer camp, and I really want to recognize all of our partners, all of our sponsors. DPS mentioned the Barbados National Oil Company and the National Petroleum Corporation. They sit under the ministry, and so this really has been a collective team effort.